Okay, test. Okay, welcome everybody to our Monday coffee hour. Today we're going to be going over a couple bundles that we actually have when it comes to hosting memberships. And then from there, we're going to go over the questions that you guys have submitted for the actual coffee hour just to help with scaling your actual businesses. So I actually believe this is super important in regards to transitioning one-off customers into continuous sales. Many times it's hard as a business to actually constantly be trying to find new customers. And so community is super important for this. And because of that, we want to make sure that we're actually giving you the tools to transition people from actually being one-off customers to being community-based customers. Now, if you join the Funnel Factory next level tier outside of the free community, our actual paid community, it actually supports people with creating community and getting MMR and making money on a regular basis through community. So I want to be able to share these things with you guys because you do have access to it in the free community, but to actually get us to help you scale your community, you want to definitely join the Funnel Factory Plus community. So with that being said, we're going to go over these actual tools to help you, and then we're going to get into the questions. Okay, so we'll start right here. And with this particular, um, okay, we'll start right here. So this is our membership moderation package, and it'll be found in your school community. Actual this coffee hour review will be tagged to the actual material, so you'll find it relatively quickly. That being said, this helps you with really setting up and having the basics of what you need to actually run an effective community. You'll see here we have a group banner bundle. So this helps you with your banners to make sure that everything looks aesthetically pleasing for anyone who's looking to join your community. We have a memberships graphic bundle. So this is like different graphics you can actually use for your community, which makes it super effective and easy for you not to have to like create anything from scratch. From there, we have our event cover bundle. Really, when you're hosting a community, you definitely want to have something to allow people to want to be in the community. That's why we believe hosting events within the community is super important. It helps re-engage people. It helps make sure that these people have what they need in order to have success in their businesses. Or if they're doing fitness or whatever they have going on, we definitely want to make sure that you're hosting events to keep these people engaged. Last thing we have is the newsletter and what's going on. So the what's going on allows people to know what's coming up in your community. So it allows them to want to stay a part of the community. And lastly, we have the newsletter. And this newsletter is great for you to be able to share with people on a regular basis to keep them engaged via email, even if they're not in the community actively, they can see what's going on. So let's actually get into these actual materials and go through them, and we can see how to edit them. Luckily, these are all Canva based. Canva is super easy to use. We use a lot of Canva templates just to make sure you guys have something functional you can use to modify these things and get them straight out to your potential customers. So we'll start with the actual group banner. So right here, this is one of our group banners. So you'll notice if you're selling fitness products, you can just insert your pictures here or the product pictures right in here. You just drag them and insert them. I can even show you a little bit how to do that and how we typically do it in the Funnel Factory. We'll take them and we'll just drag them over and they fit right into the actual post. And we use these funnels on a regular basis, as you can see. We love using Canva because it's easy to use, it's easy to implement. So that's that section of it. Next, you will see you can add your membership name here. You can add other things here and your actual logo here. And it's actually super easy to insert your logo. You can just delete this particular logo. And if you even have a brand bundle made, you can just drag it over. One thing I always like to do is when I drag it over, in order to make sure it looks seamless, as you can see, this is a green background. So what I'll typically do is I'll go to image edit and I'll just remove that background, which is pretty common for people that actually use Canva, but I definitely wanted to make sure you guys knew how to do that. So just taking that over, dragging it, and just removing that color background to make it look seamless in accordance to what your actual design is. The next section is pretty much another banner you can use. Same thing. just from a different angle. But once again, something great that you can use to engage people and actually get people to want to join your community. You can actually even use these for ads as well, which is a part of our ads package if you go and look at our ads package. Once again, here's another banner. You can insert your picture. You can insert fitness pictures, pictures of your box, whatever you're selling or whatever you give people. You can insert these pictures. That's a banner. This is the same banner from the opposite direction and another banner. And lastly, so just some other banner options. Putting your picture if it's a personal brand. You can definitely add your picture if it's a fitness brand. If it's a photography brand, adding pictures from your photography. Here we have what's going on. So you can actually let people know what you do all the time in the community to actually help them understand what's going on and make them know what's actually going to keep them making money for their businesses by letting them know what they can learn every day in your community. So this is always a great banner to use when it comes to actually creating a community. So this is the group banner section. The next section we're going to go to is the membership post section. So I'll share this tab really quickly. So here, I love this one because you can announce new members that join the community and help like get them engaged. So like if they have a picture like on school, you can put the picture here, new member alert, let's welcome such and such. And it lets people know that you appreciate them being a part of the community. And I think this is an absolute great post to make people know that you care, that they actually took the time to join your community, and you love the fact that they're actually looking to you to help them help success, whether it be in health, wealth, or relationships, or whatever your business or whatever you're focusing on. I think it's a great post to announce people when they join your community to make them feel like they're actually a part of something. The next one is our events one. So if you're hosting an event, these are great. So like just saying, hey, we're doing live coaching calls on this date. You can put these in your community, letting people know that this one here as well. What's key is, and if you want to, I'll show you. Let me see if I can get this done really quickly. I typically don't do this editing the community, but I think it's great. Just to give an example. So I will like sometimes I'll even do like a video as the background. And I think that that's a great opportunity. So, like an example might be this one. So I'll take this post here and put it as the background. And this is just an example of something that you might want to do as a post. And so you can put live training here. You put live training and actually have a video in the background showing fitness. And then instead of having it that way, I would actually save it as a GIF, and that'll allow you not to have to upload it as a video. So I would take this, instead of being MP3, I would go to GIF, short clip, and then I'll just take this one here, and I would download just this one, and it would become a GIF, and it would actually look really nice if you're trying to like promote something fitness based. So I always think that that's a great option as well. I just wanted to show that really quickly for you guys just to see that that's even an option. Here's another banner. Once again, you can insert the video even here if you wanted to. It'll go right there. And once again, it'll be a fitness-based video. It'll look great just if you're trying to promote fitness or exercise. Let's go to photography. Let's see if there's any. And there's multiple ways to use this. You can use this as like if you're doing photography courses. Oh, this would be a great one if you're doing like editing, like teaching people how to edit things. You can use this as a great one to actually help people know, okay, yeah, new editing course coming, and that's great B-roll to add. Same thing, just from different angles, and I think these are great for a multitude of things, just announcements, different things you might want to be doing in your community. So check these out as well. They're part of the actual bundle. Two more things we have is the what's coming up. And I think what's coming up is excellent because you always want to announce people to let them know your community is not going stale. And you want them to know, hey, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. So this is a great one to let people know what you're going to be doing, what's happening. It's like a mini newsletter that you're putting within the community. So definitely check this one out. just to announce to people what you have going on. And lastly, we have the actual newsletter bundle, which is a banner and different things. And I think the banner makes it excellent for people to know when they're in the email that is actually you. So these are some excellent banners to use to promote things. So here you go. Welcome. This is a welcome one. So if you're welcoming people to the community, what's coming up. So just letting people know that. Weekly wrap up, what happened in the community this week. Grab a freebie. So if you're giving away anything free, I think this is a great banner. Letting people know about your business and frequently asked questions, behind the scenes stuff if you're doing any fitness stuff. But all of these I think are amazing just to be able to incorporate into newsletters as banners. That way, before people even read, they kind of know what the post is about, and it gets them a little bit excited about it. So I want to actually show this to give you guys an idea of what you can do with this. And once again, it's found in the school community. So be sure to look at it, implement it in the community. And if you need any assistance with incorporating the community, feel free to reach out. We'll be super excited to help you, have you join our Funnel Factory Plus community that will allow you to actually know how to create an MMR system with having recurring revenue with actual customers. So with that being said, we're going to get to our Q&A section of the coffee hour. So let's go through these. I'm super excited to go. Let's see where we stopped at last. I believe we stopped at, we have so many questions, and I'm super excited that you guys even submit questions. I try to get to as many as I can in the community. Once again, if you have any questions you want to submit, be sure to share, scan the QR code right here. If you scan this QR code, we'll be more than willing to come in and answer those questions. Just add them to the queue. So we'll see right here. I believe we ended with Emily's question, or Emily has two questions. Well, Emily, we'll definitely get to those. So here we have one. I can't seem to connect with my health and wellness audience. How can I create offers that really resonate with them? So I think that it's super important to understand when we're making these offers and connecting with them, when we're actually trying to get people to want our services, that we understand the goal that the people actually have. This can be a multitude of goals. Sometimes it's not always weight loss. Sometimes it's range of motion. Sometimes it's actually gaining weight. Sometimes it's functionality things. So I think that when we're trying to connect with our audience, we always want to connect on promoting the destination and not the technical aspects of how we're getting there. So an example would be making content about how they would feel if they lost 30 pounds, or how they would feel if they were able to touch their toes and do some level of calisthenics. But also, when making this particular content, letting them know that they're not alone and that these goals are easily achievable with you assisting them to get to these goals. So I think that's a very key element when you actually talk about making the content and being able to connect with the audience, understanding that there's a goal. Yeah, this goal may seem unattainable, but if you work with me, this goal can actually be attainable relatively quicker than what you would expect if you were by yourself. So I think that with that mindset, understanding how to create the content and what the goal is of the audience that you're targeting, I think you can have a lot more success. We also have in our Funnel Factory community a section that teaches about making content. And within the end of the month, we're actually going to be doing a TikTok workshop seminar, and it's a cost associated with it. We haven't fine-tuned the cost yet, so be on the lookout for that. But definitely look at the content. I believe it's under our GPT section in the community, and it'll definitely help you with understanding the different factors of creating great content for people and connecting with audiences. Next question we have is from Emily. I'm not seeing much engagement on my videos. What are the best practices for using video content to promote my handmade crafts on social media? So yeah, once again, it goes back to the previous question. I think that looking at our GPT section, we actually have cues and actual scripts on how to create content, having a wow factor, not just educating people, but being entertaining with the content that you're making. I think that we get so wrapped up in making sure that we're giving people the information. We're not really reverse engineering how people consume our content. So for me, I always say to myself, well, what do I watch on social media? What type of videos I watch on TikTok? What type of videos do I watch on Instagram? Looking at those videos, and even though they don't technically associate with my actual niche, I say to myself, how can I convert this to make this fit my niche? Like, how can I make this video fit my niche? And it might be cat videos. It might be, oh, I love watching cat videos and silly cat things. How can I use cat videos and then convert them over to promote my handcraft videos? And so there's always creative aspects and creative things you can do. And I think that you want to have fun, and sometimes it's very hard to have fun when you're trying to make money and just be creative and think outside the box when it comes to making videos. But I think that once you do that and you actually have an understanding of what people are looking for when they're consuming content online, I think you're halfway there to actually making engaging content. So thanks again, Emily, for the question. We're going to get to the next question. How can I use customer testimonials to build trust and attract new clients for my consulting service? Yeah, so this is excellent question, because I think that when it comes to making content, I think that there's a certain level of social proof that's needed. So for me, many times I'm really big on getting customer testimonials. I think I talked about this during the last coffee hour, where people are more likely to leave a negative review than what they are to leave a positive review. So collecting positive reviews and putting them out there in the world is super important. Many times I think that there's strategic things that we can do with customer testimonials that will help us 3x and 4x our business. An example would be doing podcast interviews with people who've had success in your program and our services or products, and really just getting a full breath of why they thought your services were great and what they really liked about your services, and being able to take that content and post it on social media and figuring out what platform works best for that type of content. Another way you can use it is having them post it. If you have a brick and mortar business or you have a Google My Business profile, many programs allow you to actually post videos for reviews as well, which I think is great now with Google integrating video into reviews as well. If you would like to know a little bit more about that, I can definitely do a review about some softwares that actually does that kind of review and allows you to post directly on your Google My Business. I would definitely look into that as well. But really figuring out a way to capture the parts of the goal and the success that people had when using your services, and taking those snippets and reposting them on your social media, having them posted on their social media, doing collaborative posts are really big when it comes to reaching new audiences for you. So being able to have them post along with you on Instagram, I think that's great to reach new people, and really using customer testimonials to actually attract new clients. So that's what I would definitely look into. The next question that we have is, I can't tell if my sales funnels are working. How do I track my performance? So if you're using System, which is what we typically use, System has a great dashboard at the very beginning when you get on, and you can look at the dashboard and actually see what you're having in regards to success. If you wouldn't mind, if you can send us over what platform you're using or what's going on, we would definitely help you with that. I will want to know the specifics of what you're actually using to gauge your success. And then from there, we can help figure out exactly how that platform tracks, and help you with having success with tracking your actual sales and the people who are coming into your funnel, and making sure that your funnel is sticky. Let's go with the next question. How can I use storytelling to make my brand more relatable to customers? This is a very profound question. Many people don't understand the importance of storytelling when it comes to building brand and even building personal brand. I'm really big on using the hero's journey when it comes to creating this particular content. So the hero's journey is typically very similar, like the story of Rocky, are Disney stories in the early 90s, such as Aladdin, The Little Mermaid, Hercules. It's really someone looking to achieve the goal. They kind of tell you what the goal that the person is trying to achieve at the very beginning of the video. So you kind of know where the video is progressing. So for me, I always tell people when you're starting a business, it's always important to make an announcement on social media, letting people know that, hey, I'm starting this business. I'm super excited about this business. And if you know anyone that will be interested in my services, please let me know. So you don't really want to ask people directly because, they kind of get a little timid, especially if they know you're just starting. But if there are people that know you and support you, they'll definitely refer you to other people who may be looking for your services. So this is one strategy that I always do when it comes to storytelling, because I think that first making that announcement is very big. Then from there, actually posting videos and pictures of your progress. Just because you haven't reached the destination yet doesn't mean people don't want to see your progress. And as they see your progress, they are very keen on wanting to support you throughout your process and saying, hey, look, I remember when this person was only selling 2 subscription boxes. Now they're selling 10 a month. Then maybe 6 months later, you're selling 100 a month. And they'll be really excited for you. And they're going to know that your product is great. Other people think your product is great. And now they want to support your product. I really always believe many times there are some underlying things that typically happen before a brand is built that makes people want to support your business. An example is if you're a woman-owned business, many times and people will want to support your business because you do have a woman-owned business. They'll be like, well, I want to support her. I like her and I like what she's trying to do. And I want to be a part of what she's trying to do. These emotional sales have nothing to do with the product. It has nothing to do with the skill set that you have. It has to do with them really getting behind what you're doing, your vision, and wanting to be a part of that vision. So these are the things I would do to start incorporating storytelling in the community and in your brand. I will say lastly, we also will be doing the TikTok branding. We will be doing the TikTok community. We will be doing the TikTok course, teaching people how to create TikTok videos, and this will be a part of that. So be sure to join that actual cohort because I think you'll get a lot out of that cohort. The next question is how to set up sales funnels for my online course without confusing my audience. So this is one thing that I went through as well in the last coffee hour. I believe that funnels only should have one call to action. You don't want people to do multiple things once they enter your funnel. So if you want to collect their information to market to them via email and you want to set up a VSL in order to get people to join your online course, I think that that's super important to consider. Just saying, hey, give me your email and you'll be able to get access to this course, or setting up your funnel to actually say, hey, look, buy my course now, having testimonials about the course, having information about the success people have had with the course. I think if you haven't sold any courses, you definitely also want to give at least 4 to 5 people access to the course and let them give reviews about the course. And that'll get you on your way to promoting the course. I'm really big on that, testing out my products on people that I know have businesses. And even here in the Funnel Factory, we give away free funnels because we want people to have success. And we use that to be able to promote our other things that we have going on, to let people know that, hey, you can be a part of this free community, or you can gain access to our other communities and we can help build these things for you. But look at the success that our actual community members are having by using our stuff. And so that's really big for us when it comes to promoting in our sales funnel. So I would think about that and make sure that you have one central call to action in all of your sales funnels that aligns with what the goal of your actual campaign is. Next question is, how can I make my website better at converting visitors into paying customers? Ironically, the answer to this question is the exact same answer to the last question. It's having one central call to action on your website. I know people are really big on websites and really making sure that people can see all the services that you offer. But once again, you want to reverse engineer how people take in information. It's very rare that people visit websites like that in current days. So for me, I always think that people are really on social media. And if you're going to utilize a traditional website and you're offering a particular service, when people click on your actual website, you want to push them to the service that you believe you're the best at, or the service that's going to generate you the most revenue from that particular standpoint. So for me, I think one central call to action in websites and funnels are super big. The next question is, my blog isn't gaining traction. How can content marketing help me grow and get more readers? I definitely think that you want to look at it and convert your blog into other content pieces, such as social posts on Instagram, social posts on TikTok. An example of that would be, you can take your blog post and take 4 or 5 big points from the blog post and actually make short videos from the blog post about those key points and push people back to your blog. Or you can make YouTube videos more long form. I'm actually talking about the things and content in your blog and pushing back people to reading the blog. I think that you can also make tweet posts or thread posts that talk about the key things from the blog and push people back to the blog. So I think all these things play a major factor in actually getting people to go back and read your blog. You want to be findable in as many places as possible. One thing that I always tell my customers that's a part of the brand Maven is, in order to be found, you have to be findable. That means you have to be findable in multiple locations, not just one location. So you want to take that blog as a masterpiece of content and actually create different pieces of content with that blog. And I think that'll help you with getting more customers and attracting more readers to your blog. All right, so one more question. It's from Mark. So we'll do that. And that'll be it for the coffee hour today. So Mark's question is, I'm not seeing much engagement on my videos. What are the best practices for using video content to promote my handmade crafts on social media? So, okay, cool. So Mark, with that being said, I would definitely say you want to go back to our Funnel Factory and look at our actual content creation. We actually have a content creation sheet that allows you to know exactly how to make content, what's important with making content, and how to make engaging content. But I'll go over a little bit of those things right now. You want to have a hook. A hook is a 3 to 5 second thing that allows people to want to watch your video. There's physical hooks, there's positive hooks, and there's negative hooks. So a physical hook is like when the video first starts, you're actually doing something with your hands. You're actually doing something that people are like, why is he doing that? And that actually keeps them engaged for 3 to 5 seconds. Many times a negative hook will be like, I can't believe everyone is getting this wrong. That's a negative hook. That makes people to think, oh, what is everyone getting wrong? And what does he know that everyone else doesn't know? Another hook is a social proof hook. So a good social proof hook would be, I read 5,000 books, and based off those 5,000 books, here's 5 things you need to know about making handmade crafts. Now people know that you have the actual background in handmade crafts because you read those books. And that's just a rough example. I know you probably haven't read 5,000 books, but you can also use that and say, I've done 5,000 hours of handmade crafts, and here are 5 things you need to know to actually make your crafts better. And I think that people will watch your video if you validate yourself at the beginning with your hook. You also want to make sure you have social proof in your videos. You also want to use tension statements. So you want to think about the goals that the people have that are actually engaging your content. So because it's handmade crafts, I don't know if you're selling crafts, handmade crafts, or you teaching people how to make handmade crafts. But an example of that would be like, so many people are buying handmade crafts that are of low quality or breaking within the first 2 months of them owning that. If that resonates with your audience, they're going to say, yes, I am buying handmade crafts that are breaking relatively quickly. What can I do about that? And they're going to continue watching your video. So once again, going to our community, we have the copywriting section, and it actually teaches you how to actually make these videos more effective. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to join that section. Look at those actual videos, and I think they'll definitely help. I think that's what we're going to go over today, and we'll start next week with After Mark. But once again, thank you guys again for joining the coffee hour. I appreciate you guys. If anything you need, feel free to DM me, DM my team. We're more than willing to help you, and we hope that you achieve your dreams and have success in the Funnel Factory. Until next time, have a great day.